Hello, welcome to Companies in the Trivaeo CloudWorksIT CRM system. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that you've just done a large import of contacts into the system, and in doing so you will have populated your company's system automatically. The companies associated with your contacts will have created the company instances. That said, it is possible to import, using the same methodology, lists of companies into the system that you saw in the adding contacts import function. That video is available under the thumbnail for contacts on your cover sheet. Back over here, go back to CRM, and this video here shows you how to do that. So I'm not going to do that again in this video. So back to companies, we have a list of companies that we just imported. Let's have a look at them in particular and look at some of the company functions. So I'll pick one of the companies out, Bashirian Inc. Instead of scrolling through a long list of companies, I'm just going to type the first few letters of its name. There we go, Bashirian Inc. Let's have a look at these guys. So I can edit this company and add pictures of their head office if I want to, and complete all the rest of the data which was missing in the original import, and so on. So I've got address information, additional info, private details. This is a bit of an interesting area. You might not want all of the employees at your company seeing things like the bank account details of this business as either a supplier or a customer to your business. The ability to see, edit, view and manipulate areas that are sensitive like this is controlled by your administrator, if not yourself, down here in the admin panel. So if you can't see these areas, then talk to your admin if you think you need to be seeing them. So a quick view, this is the company contacts that we imported in the original import, and yeah, they both work for Bashirian Inc. and I can jump straight to the contacts. So I'm jumping across the CRM system and now looking at an individual contact. I can go straight back to the company by clicking on their company name, and I'm back to exactly where I was before. Let's say we learn in the process of working with this company that Ambrosi works for Weston. Weston is the decision maker, Ambrosi is the personality at that company that does all the legwork with us, but it's Weston that makes the decisions. So as we've learned that information, we want to define this decision-making structure because it helps our colleagues deal with this company in the future. So we'll grab hold of Ambrosi and let go on Weston. If it's cyan, you're not in the right place to create the link. If it goes red, you are in the right place. So there we go. I have now said that Ambrosi works for Weston. If you do this and then suddenly realize you've got the relationship incorrect, click on the person that you wish to change. So in this case, we want to change the fact that Ambrosi works for Weston, and we'll swap it round. So we'll go back to Ambrosi, and you see reporting to Weston, edit the details, and remove this reporting by selecting the blank one at the top of the list and select OK. Obviously, if you've got large numbers of contacts at companies, having this information about who works for who and what the structure of that company is can be very useful in navigating your way through opportunities and the jobs that you do with that company and getting your invoices to them and getting them paid. So this information could be key. So let's say that we know Weston works for Ambrosi. We got it wrong just now. Click and red, let go. We've now defined the correct reporting structure. So leads are self-explanatory. Communications, this is a history of all communications with this client as you begin using the system. They will propagate here. Is your opportunities with this business. Any notes added by you or your colleagues on this company. And you've got a full breadcrumb, a history of all changes made to this company over all time. And yes, here's the original. It was created with a user, and then we had another user associated with the company, and the company created itself. And a couple of edits to change some of the functions. In this case, a link between this company and another company that was subsequently deleted by me. So you can see a history of changes to a company and who made those changes. So let's have a look at those links. Let's say that Bashirian Inc. is owned by another Bashirian parent company. Might be interesting to define this relationship Again, because it helps you navigate the politics of business. If you know the relationship between your suppliers and each other, or between your customers and each other, or you might have a very complex set of relationships between contacts and customers and opportunities that you want to track, and you do that with linking. So let's add a new link for this company because we know it's 49% owned by another company. So we're going to set this link as it being to a company, and it's Bashirian, Dach and Cozy. They own 49% of this company, so I'm going to create a new reason, or you can use a reason code that was already done, and as it happens I've got one saying own 49% by this company. Let's say I need a new one, so let's add owned 51% by this company and save. So now we've created a link indicating that Bashirian Inc. is owned to the tune of 51% by Bashirian, Dach and Cozy. Save. That might be very useful information for your team to know as you're trying to chase an invoice through Bashirian Inc. who are refusing to pay it because they say their parent company needs to authorize the payment. You'll know exactly who that is and who to go and chase. So yeah, there you go. It's a very quick introduction to companies. Most of these areas are absolutely self-explanatory. And yeah, this video assumed that you did the initial company import as a function of importing your contacts on first use of the system.